quick word on feelings and how we make people feel. Sometimes people say, you shouldn't be so picky about feelings, and feelings are fickle, and very often we brush off how we make people feel, or we don't have empathy for how people feel when they're around us. So I want to just bring awareness of this whole concept of how we make people feel. Sometimes people are oversensitive, and it's not our fault. This is it's something that's on the inside of them that needs to be healed, or there's an issue, and so they are oversensitive. And we do nothing wrong. We just being totally acceptable towards them, but then they are oversensitive. So sometimes it's in that person's heart they're oversensitive. Sometimes people show feelings to manipulate. That is also another reason. We might do nothing wrong, but that person complains, or they say how we make them feel, and they're trying to get us to do something that they want. They're trying to have their way, and they use that expression of their feelings as manipulation. They're trying to get you to give them what they want, or to agree with them. And that's also on them. But sometimes the problem's with you. The way you've addressed them has not been a right way to address someone. And I believe whenever someone either shows to have, when we deal with someone, whether it's a conversation or something we've done for them, and they either show us that they're not happy, or they tell us that we've not done the right thing, or that they don't feel right, or they're unhappy about something. They feel bad about what we said or did. Whenever that happens, I always say, first change what you can change. And I think the first step is each one, you need to look in yourself and say, am I the one at fault here? Am I the problem? And deal with that first. Look inside, some introspection. Could I have handled that better? Could I have been a little bit more considerate of the other person and not just thought of myself? Sometimes we lack empathy, and we just we don't realize that we're lacking that empathy. And so I would say, first look inside and say, am I the problem? Once that's been established, if you find you haven't, or maybe you have, you've corrected it and you can move on. But if you haven't, then part of your diagnosis of the situation would then be, okay, is this person maybe hurting? Are they oversensitive for a reason? Nobody was born oversensitive. Something has made them oversensitive in life. So there's something that is not good in their life, either present or past, and has caused them to be oversensitive. Maybe there's a history of other things that we've done, and now they've got their guard up, and so they're oversensitive. And if that is the case, then of course we need to also have empathy for that person and meet them where they are, try to help them, try to be a blessing, or assist them in that oversensitivity where they are, or at least just, sometimes it means we just have to let it go, because they are just where they're at, and let them be where they are. We are all where we are, And then if that's not the case, then the other option is that they could be trying to manipulate us. And that's where we need to put a boundary up. If we find that someone is expressing something because they're actually trying to manipulate, the motive is wrong, and they're saying, you were rude with me, or you shouldn't have said that, and actually what you identify after discerning that situation, it's you haven't done anything wrong. They are not oversensitive. They're actually trying to manipulate. They have got a wrong motive. And when you have that situation, then you need to have a boundary up on that. God is never in favor of us being manipulated. He's not a God of manipulation. He's a God that sets free and accepts people where they are. And so then we need to say, okay, wait a minute, I'm not going to allow this person to manipulate me. And then we need to have a boundary for that person. And it could be a boundary that stays up for that relationship permanently if that person continues to do that. So that's the 3 ways that we can handle how we make people feel. Either we are the problem. If we're not the problem, it could just be where they're at. They might just be oversensitive, in which case just accept them where they're at and try to accommodate them, but realize they are just where they're at, and maybe you can even help them. And if not that, then it could be that they're manipulating. And if they're manipulating, then you need to put up a boundary. I hope that helps on how we make people feel.